So today's practice, for those of you at home, we're going to be using a folded up towel today. And so secure that prop. We're going to begin our practice with a posture reset, and then we're going to go into a moving meditation. So today our practice is going to start in a chair, come to standing, and end in a chair. So that's where we're going today. I'm going to invite you to just start with your breath, settling in on the chair. And just noticing how you feel. Noticing the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Perhaps turning the corners of your mouth into a little smile. And let's find 3 big breaths as we prepare to move. So if you tuck the towel under you already, we're going to remove it. We're going to come to seated to start with. We sit about halfway forward on the chair. And we're going to notice the natural proclivity of our posture this morning. We're not adjusting it. We're just noticing. So for instance, for me, I notice that my shoulders are a little bit forward. There's a little bit of a slump in the back between my shoulder blades. And my belly's sinking a little close to the chair. And my low back, it's the curve in my low back isn't there. So basically, just do a little scan and notice how the posture from the chair to the top of the head is. And now we're going to take a towel and we're going to fold it and we're going to bring it underneath our sits bones. We're going to bring it about halfway forward. We're going to sit down. And so if you've been in a yoga class, the invitation to roll up the mat helps to anchor the sits bones and give us better posture. So this may just actually remedy some of the things that we were feeling when we did that body scan. We might notice that our heart is a little more lifted, our shoulders are a little more rolled back. So now we're going to move with this. We're going to begin by rolling our pelvis back. Hands are going to slide out to the knees. We're coming into a cat arch. So the chin is coming toward the heart. The hands are on the knees. We're going to breathe here. And then on the next exhale, we're going to slide our hands up to our hip crease. And we're just going to rock forward a little bit while we press our hands into the hip crease. And we're creating well, it would be the cow if we were on the floor. Somebody called this the high cow or the high cat. Excuse me. We're breathing here. So the chin is lifted, but the head's not toggled back. We're lifting the chin, the heart, and finding a nice curve in the low back. We're going to breathe out, slide the hands down, create the cat arch. Now let's flow with this. On the next in breath, anchor the hips by pressing the hands at the thigh juncture. On the next out breath, we create our cat arch. The next in breath, we find extension. So this action is extension, and cat is flexion. Breathing in and breathing out. And in and out. And in and neutral. Thinking about squirrels. So we pause here in the center, and just for a moment, notice, did anything change in the posture with just those actions? Maybe we're a little more aware of the shoulder blades. Maybe we're a little more aware of the sits bones. Now we're going to walk our feet out. The heels are turned out here and the knees are touching. So take the legs as wide as possible, as long as the knees can touch. So it may be a shorter stance, it may be wider, depends on the length of the leg. We're going to crisscross our arms at our thighs, and we're going to do the cat arch again. We're going to flex the spine and come back to neutral. So this is neutral. This is the in breath. The out breath is the cat arch. Breathe into neutral and breathe out, cat arch. Breathe in, neutral, and cat arch on the out breath. Breathe into neutral this time. We're going to switch the cross of the arms. We're putting the other arm on top now, and we'll do that 3 more times. Breathe in neutral. Breathe out as we cat. Breathe in neutral. And breathe out as we cat. Breathe in neutral. And breathe out in cat. Now we're going to bring our toes out and our heels in. We still have a wide stance here. We're going to be opening into extension. So this is our cow, only we're opening our arms. So we're lifting our heart, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the chin, draw the belly up and in. This is the in breath. The out breath is a neutral posture. The in breath, extension. And the out breath is neutral. Extension. We're also extending the shoulders and the arms here in this extension, not just the spine. Neutral. One more time. And neutral. Now we're going to go back and forth with that. So we're going to alternate crossed arms, heels out, cat, out breath. Turn the heels in, the feet out, arms open, extension. Back to cat. And to cow. And to cat. And one more time in extension. And then we come to neutral. So we were going back and forth from flexion to extension. Pause here with breath. and notice, observe how everything feels. We're going to keep our feet wide, maybe as wide as the mat. We're going to lean to the right. We're going to bring that right leg toward the left knee, and we're going to turn to the left. So now we have a twist. Breathe in to center. And we're going to take a tip to the left knee toward the right. We have a twist here. On the next in breath, we're back to center. The out breath, right knee toward left, tipping to the right side, back to center. So now we have a sense of this flow. Back and forth. As we pivot, the heel is coming off of the floor. So when the right knee goes to the left, that right heel is up. We'll do a couple more of these. Saying good morning to the hips. And then just gently find a little rock right and left with the knees. We're going to scoot that towel out from underneath us now, and we're going to check our posture. You might notice that there's a little more posture in the house now. We're going to pause here with breath. We're preparing to shift to standing, so let's enjoy this moment. With breath. We're going to prepare to stand. We're going to place 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're going to hinge from the hip crease to rock forward, using momentum to come to stand. And then we bring our feet parallel. We'll come back to the chair later. So check the feet. Make sure that they're parallel and the tips of the toes are on a level. We're going to dig our toes into the mat. We'll feel the back of our body activate. Press the hands away as we do this. So we're extending through the arms. Now lift the kneecaps into the thighs. Breathe here. And then release the arms back to neutral. Posture comes back to neutral. We're going to lift our toes. And now we're in Pada Bandha. We've got our toes lifted. We're resting on the heel and the ball mound of the foot. We're noticing that automatically the knees draw into the thighs. That's activating the quadriceps, which takes pressure off of the hamstring. Come to neutral. Let the knees be a wee bit soft here and bounce. Just a little bouncing in the knee. See if we can find the bounce all the way up the body, and maybe even the head has a little bobble in it. Maybe there's a little movement in the arms. And then we pause. Checking our feet again, making sure they're still parallel. that the toes are on the same line. We're feeling our way into the toes, the ball mound of the foot, the outer edge of the foot, and into the heel. Notice that there might be a tiny lift in the arch of each foot with in-breath. We're looking to find a sense of equal standing in our feet. We're not leaning too far to the right, too far to the left. While this posture is mountain, this equal standing is called samasthiti. We're finding equal standing. Hands come to the heart center. Follow the breath as it moves in and out. Let there be a little softness in the back of the knees. And with hands at prayer, we're going to slowly begin lifting the elbows. That's going to separate the palms. We're going to eventually bring the elbows up high enough, but the fingertips still touch. This is an in-breath. On the out-breath, our hands come back to prayer. The in-breath, the elbows rise. And the out-breath, we're back at prayer. Synchronizing the breath. Breathing in and out. This time when we inhale, we're going to let the arms go to flexion. Here they are. They're rising up. We're extending through the arms and the shoulders. And on the out breath, we soften the knees. We sweep the arms down. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to hold opposite elbows, coming to ragdoll. On the next in-breath, the arms sweep up. And on the out-breath, we fold to ragdoll again. Breathe in to rise. Breathe out to fold into ragdoll. From here, we're switching it up a little bit. We're going to do a half lift to the shins. That's the in-breath. The out-breath is ragdoll. The in-breath is shins. The out-breath is ragdoll. The in-breath takes us to the shins. The out-breath takes us to ragdoll. We're going to rise on the next in-breath by sweeping our arms up, coming into extension. And then the hands are coming to heart center. So let's put all of those pieces together. Elbows rise on the in-breath. On the out-breath, hands come to heart center. On the in-breath, elbows rise and then travel to the sky. On the out-breath, we fold into ragdoll. On the in-breath, we half lift. On the out-breath, ragdoll. On the in-breath, we rise. Hands to heart center. The in-breath, the elbows lift. The out-breath is heart center. The in-breath, the elbows lift. And we extend and fold on the next out-breath. Ragdoll. The in-breath takes us to a half lift. The out-breath takes us to ragdoll. The in-breath, we sweep our arms up and come back to heart center. Pausing here. We're going to take our hands now to our hip crease. We're going to do a slight bend in the knees. So we're coming into the chair posture. We're not going very deep, but we do have a bend in the knees. We're able to see our toes in front of our knees and our bum is pressing back. We're going to bring our shoulders or arms to shoulder height. We're going to press into the floor on the in-breath to rise. The arms extend. Heart center. We'll do that again. Hands at the hip crease. Sit back in chair. We're going to bring those arms to shoulder height. Press the floor away, rise up. Hands come to heart center. And one more time. Hands to the hip crease, sit back in chair. The in-breath brings us up. And the out-breath returns us to heart center and samastiti, equal standing. So now we're going to put all of those together. We're going to start in samastiti. Check our feet. Parallel and on a level. We're going to rock forward, digging our toes into the mat, extending the arms behind us, drawing the shoulder blades together. Let the fingertips reach, reach, reach. Activate the knees into the thighs. Slowly, slowly, slowly rocking back. We're lifting our toes, feeling the activation in kneecaps and thighs. The heart is lifted here. We breathe. Come to neutral. Bringing the hands to heart center. On the next in-breath, the elbows rise. And the out-breath, heart center. The inhale takes the elbows up and we keep traveling into extension. On the out-breath, we're going to ragdoll. Soft knees, belly to lap. On the in-breath, it's a half lift. Hands to shins, straight legs. On the out breath, we're going to sit back like we're sitting in a chair, float the arms up, shoulder height, press the floor away to rise. And hands to heart center. Breathe in, elbows rise. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, elbows rise and arms continue. On the out breath, ragdoll. Bend those knees. On the in breath, hands slide up, half lift. On the next out breath, we sit back in our chair. The next in breath, we press into the floor to rise. Hands float down. We come to heart center. Breathing in, the elbows rise. Breathing out, heart center. Breathing in, the elbows rise, and then we go into full extension with our arms. And on the out breath, we ragdoll. On the in breath, half lift. On the out breath, it's chair. The in breath, press the floor away to rise. And the out breath, come back to samastiti, equal standing. We're going to take a look at our feet and ponder the mystery of how did that foot travel forward 1/4 inch. We're going to go through that sequence 3 more times. I'm going to cue it twice, and then the third time we'll travel it together in silence. Hands to heart center. On the in breath, the elbows rise. On the out breath, hands to heart center. On the next in breath, elbows rise and arms extend. On the out breath, it's a rag doll. On the in breath, it's a half lift. On the out breath, it's chair. On the in breath, we rise. And hands come to heart center. The elbows rise with the in breath. And back to heart center with the out breath. The elbows rise and we extend. We fold into ragdoll. Half lift. Chair. Rising. Hands to heart center. In breath, elbows lift. Out breath, heart center. In breath, elbows lift. We extend and ragdoll. Half lift on the in breath. Chair on the out breath. Rising on the in breath. Hands to heart center on the out breath. One more iteration. And when you arrive back at center, let's shake out the legs and the arms, wiggle the tail, and then do some seaweed, feet wide. Pausing here, we're going to bring our chair to the right side We're going to step back. Excuse me, I have the chair on the left side. We're going to step back with the right foot. We're going to bend the front knee, and then we're going to twist to the seat of the chair. So my left knee is bent, my right leg is back, chair's on the left side. I've got a knee bend, a little lunge here, a little twist. We're pausing, we're breathing, probably noticing the tight bits begin to unravel in the side of the hip, in the glutes. We're breathing here. I'm going to invite you to slightly straighten the leg, then bend. We're doing a little bit. I'm doing like a quarter of an inch. I'm just going up and down a little bit with my bent knee. It's a little rocking, a gentle rocking. I'm going to come out of this by turning forward, stepping up, pausing, noticing the right and the left side. I'm going to bring the chair now to the right side. I'm going to step the right foot forward. The left foot is back. My feet are parallel. I'm on the ball mound of the back foot, so I'm getting a little stretch here. Got a little bend in the knee. And I'm going to take a twist to the right side. We're pausing here and breathing. Maybe rising and lowering in that knee, just a gentle up and down. And then we're going to pause. We're going to step up. We're going to find our samastiti again, or equal standing. I'm going to set the chair to the side to start with. We'll come back to that in a moment. Taking the feet wide, they're going to be parallel. We're going to hinge forward. And we're going to reach between our legs. Maybe a little softness in the knees. Breath here. Maybe the hands touch the floor, maybe they don't. We're just reaching between the legs. The low back is probably saying, oh, thank you. And now we're going to take the hands to the right side. Maybe we're touching the ankle, the foot, or the outside of the calf, even above the knee, whatever feels good. We're having a nice stretch in the inner thighs and into the low back. Breathing. Soft knees, keep a little softness in the knees. We're going to wander ourselves now to the other side, holding the foot, the ankle, the calf, whatever feels best. We're pausing here, soft knees. One more breath. We're going to come back to center and we're going to reach again between the legs, reach toward the wall behind. And then softening the knees, slowly walk the feet in toward each other. Finding samastiti again, equal standing. Feel the elevation of the heart. Feel the length of the spine. Feel the strength in the legs. And now one more moving practice before Shavasana. We're going to bring the seat of the chair toward us. We're going to take our legs wide again. We're going to press our hands. We're going to bring our hands to rest on the seat of the chair. And we're going to fold forward any amount. And maybe the head comes to rest on the chair. Or maybe we create stacks with our fists for the head to rest on the fist. If you have a block nearby, you could use that too. Or maybe the forearms rest and the head can rest. Maybe reach through the arms if they're extended with the forearms. Otherwise, just ragdoll, both opposite arms, whatever feels best. Lift the sits bones toward the ceiling. Soft knees, sits bone lifts. And now we're going to come out of this. So lifting the head, pressing the hands, walk the feet toward each other. Come back to mountain. And now we're going to resume our seat. So we're coming back to sit on the chair. We're going to start by sitting on the chair without the towel. We're going to notice our posture. We began with the baseline of this is how this feels. And now we're exploring it at the end of our movement practice. So taking the towel, however thick it was, keep it at that thickness. Bring it back where it was, sit down, and notice, does that feel as good as it did when we began? If not, then maybe we don't need so much height. Or maybe we don't even need a blanket at all, or a towel. And now we settle into our Shavasana. Letting the jaw be soft, the heart lifted, the spine long. Inwardly take the message, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be happy. May I be well. And may I experience the true nature of my being. May we all be happy. May we all be well. May we all experience the true nature of our being. Gently, the breath begins to deepen. We notice the rise and fall of our breath. We notice the extension and the release of our spine as we breathe. And won't you join me as we open our arms wide? We gather all the blessings that already exist and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.